Originally, I planned an extensive review of the demo for Metal Eden, a fun sci-fi shooter that's a little Ghost Runner mixed with Doom Eternal's resource loop, and a point system to master so you can upgrade your weapons. I did a video on how the points work, check that out if you want. It's a pretty fun game on the highest difficulty, and I'm interested in playing the full game after playing the demo. Because of that, I'm gonna leave the reviewing and the discussing of game mechanics for a possible future video, and instead focus on the issues Metal Eden has in demo form, in an attempt to help the game improve before release. I'll get the obvious out of the way. People have already brought several issues to the developers. They know about them, hopefully they get fixed. Motion blur needs a disable option, aim acceleration needs to be tweakable and it needs a disable option, you need to be able to invert only one axis without it affecting the other, the AI is bugging out with enemies getting stuck on geometry and just doing nothing, and general performance issues because the game slows down a bunch. I think the developers know all of this, so let's just move on and go through my list of observations of things that could make Metal Eden better. 4 points that I think need some serious consideration. Number 1. Input buffering issues. Several actions lack input buffering, which makes the controls feel unresponsive. The main examples I've personally noticed are charging the pistol secondary fire and absorbing a core charge. First, the pistol. You hold Alt Fire to charge the laser shot, but if you switch to the pistol and hold Alt Fire to buffer it, the pistol does not start charging. You awkwardly have to wait for the weapon switch animation to finish before you can press the Alt Fire button. Again, this makes things feel unresponsive. The same issue happens when reloading. Reload the pistol, hold Alt Fire, and the pistol doesn't start charging when the animation finishes. You gotta wait. I assume this issue applies to all weapons and their secondary modes, especially if they're supposed to charge. Second, the core charge absorption ability has the same lack of input buffering. You're supposed to hold the extraction button to absorb a core, but if you press and hold the button during the core extraction animation, you will not go into the core absorption when the animation finishes. I'm holding the absorb button and I'm not absorbing. That's a problem. I'm positive that there are more input buffering issues across the game and it really needs a full sweep. Number 2, there's no communication about the point system. All you see is that you are getting points, when really these points are affected by how many enemies you kill and in what combination, which enemies you kill and with which weapon, and even if they've already taken damage before the killing blow. A core extraction on a soldier gives 40 points, but if you've already damaged them, the core extraction goes down to 35. There's a detailed point system here, and there's nothing to explain it other than my video. Number 3, and in my opinion the most important, the checkpoint system is broken. Okay, developers of Metal Eden, if you are in fact watching, you've made a game built on active resource management. You can heal yourself with melee, you can heal yourself by absorbing a core, and you can unlock more ways to heal yourself. And I know it's a touchy subject when someone outside the team comes in and says things need to change, but I need you guys to simply ask yourself, why are we restoring the player's health to 100% when they load a checkpoint? If I cross into the next area at low health and I go into the next fight and die, Metal Eden respawns me at full health, when it should be spawning you with the health value you had when you entered. Doing this removes any consequence for poor play in the previous room, making all of this essentially meaningless. And since your game is built on constant resource replenishing, the player is in charge of keeping their health up. Don't take that away from them just because they died once in a fight. I'm not saying you have to spawn players with 1 HP, but maybe only restore it to 10 or 15 max. You can have some kind of health buffer, but don't take away your player accountability. If I go into the next fight with low health, that's on me. I want to deal with the consequences. I want to fight for my survival and prove myself. Dying once and getting full health because of it just sucks out the satisfaction. And it's incredibly exploitable, because I can just play like crap, exit a fight at low health, walk into the next room, die on purpose, and get all the health back. Please fix this. And before I move on from checkpoints, I need to mention that exploding barrels are not respawning. They blow up once, you load a checkpoint, and they're gone forever. Oops. And number 4, visual effects and sound design. There's not much visual difference between the regular punch and the super punch. We need to feel the impact of this thing. It needs a strong visual and sound. Most of the sound effects need work actually. The guns are weak. They're fucking shark weak. The game is all about combat. Puny weapon sounds are not helping this experience. We also need clear indications for cooldowns. I'm mainly talking about the core extraction ability. You can't ask us to be checking this cooldown clock to know when we have the ability again, especially since killing different enemies knocks off different amounts of time from the clock, so we can't even mentally calculate how long it's going to be till we get it. When cooldown finishes, give us a clear sound that cuts through the noise. Alright, that's it. If the team at Recon is watching, thanks for your time. Your game is cool, and I look forward to playing it. Good luck going forward.